documents of our charter.
What is that?
Section under Section 21 of our Charter, Your Honor, sanctions and penalties, Section 21, number 7, is sanctions for refusal to turn over or destroying or tampering bank records. This is a ground for, and fraudulent disposal, transfer, or concealment of any asset, property, or liability of a closed bank under the.
So what would be the penalty for that?
That will be penalized, Your Honor, with a presión mayor or a fine of not less than 50,000 pesos.
And one account is one count. So if you're talking 28,000 accounts, that will be 28,000 accounts.
Yes, sir. Ang ginagawa namin, sir, para may para yung focus sa
I'll go ahead after which I would like to interject a question.
Para just so to demonstrate that we are actually doing a diligent search for these documents, Your Honor. So,
Yeah, because Mr. Chairman, I asked this because again, we don't want the government to be a double victim of the Los Angeles killer. Kasi na-victim na economy, tapos become victims again when either wittingly or unwittingly, these claimants are given refund by the PDIC. Nakakaawa naman ng mga taxpayers natin kung nangyari ito. That's why to me, due diligence is very important. Of course, due diligence is shown by the fact that you commissioned an accounting firm, the Manapat accounting firm here, to make sure that they don't pass on to you defective and fraudulent records.
Mr. Golez, the Chair would like to ask some clarificatory questions. That section refers to somebody manipulating on the documents, removing the documents. Could you please kindly read again the particular provision? Section 21 of the Charter.
section, sir, Section 21 refers to sanctions and penalties. No? And under Section F, there are a number of actions, sir, that we can take against officers and employees. No? For example, number 1, any willful refusal to submit reports as required by law. Number 2, any unjustifiable refusal to permit examination and audit of deposit records. So yung number 7, sir, is the one that, number 7, number 8 is the one that refers to documents. Because it says here, refusal to turn over or destroying or tampering bank records.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. What I had in mind was that these offenses are committed by officials of the banks.
Yes, Your Honor.
They are not committed by the depositors.
No, Your
Now,
Honor.
the law was created, PDIC law was created to protect the interests of the depositors. And to my way of thinking, the depositors should not suffer from the offenses committed by the officials of the bank. In other words, as you said earlier, there are 2 things that you try to determine before you pay the deposits. First, whether the money was received by the bank, and whether the papers are complete, and then the claimant's name appear on the records of the bank. If these 2 are present, then you'll have to pay the depositors. Notwithstanding the fact that some members of some officers of the bank may have committed some offenses enumerated in Section 21. Is that correct?
That is a concern kasi rito sa Johnny, if I may interject also to your interjection, is yung mga fictitious accounts that would result in the government refunding those fictitious persons. Or maybe the persons are not fictitious, but the accounts are fictitious. I'm not concerned about the legitimate claimants here, because kung legitimate sila, then well and good. And as determined by Manapat, ang worry ko rito, and this is indicated already by the fact that right now, out of the I think, I remember last time you mentioned 130,000 accounts, no? 28,000 are doubtful, and so far, more than one-third. In fact, there are more doubtful accounts than validated accounts. So the trend is not so good, Mr. Chairman. I liken it to appreciating ballots, and the trend is there are more ballots that are questionable than legitimate ballots, and that is failure of election in this particular case. This will be a failure on the part of the PDIC system if the PDIC would allow this.
I agree with Congressman Golez. That's correct. I would just like to point out that let's not prejudice the legitimate depositors, because even in the amended PDIC charter, we inserted the word legitimate and bona fide depositors who are supposed to be protected.
That is correct, Your Honor. In fact, as I reported earlier, we have already validated in terms of accounts, no? 37% already, but the amount is very small, which we presume will be